Hi, I'm Nancy Shanto, and I'm going to read to you today from a new article that just got published in a new journal called the Embodiment Journal. This is called the Embodied Rescue Dynamic. Get unstuck by listening to your body, asking for 100% of what you want, and negotiating new agreements. And this is something I wrote. I'm just going to start. I live in a sweet little jewel box of a house. Each room splashed with bright paint colors, art hung cheerily on walls, floral velvet curtains, and geometric rugs. Everything is creative and inviting. I had been living alone in the house for 3 years before my partner moved in with me after a few months of dating. While he wasn't particularly interested in renovating the interior design, he did want me to share the space. He was a painter, and he liked to hang his artwork throughout the house. We made space for him on the walls and in the closets, bathroom, and living areas, but it seemed increasingly to be a problem for him that the house was so clearly, quote-unquote, my space. Our aesthetic differences escalated over the couch. I'd spent 2 months selecting a vintage tufted three-seater and getting it reupholstered in zebra velveteen. It was my pride and joy. He had a big golden retriever, and in his life dogs were welcome on couches. I didn't want him or the dog to feel unwelcome, nor did I want to give up my black and white couch. We had reached a conundrum, a moment where our needs were directly opposed. If I relented and allowed the dog on the couch, it would get filthy, and I loved that couch. If the couch got dirty, I was afraid I would feel that sinking, nauseous feeling that I associated with anger and resentment. I worried that all my work and money on the couch would be lost when the couch was ruined after one winter with a long-haired dog. He wanted to feel at home and that he had a say in the arrangements of the house. He didn't want to feel heavy and stuck or get angry and resentful because I, quote-unquote, always got my way. This kind of argument shows up with couples in my office all the time. People live together and their genuine, dignified needs come into direct conflict. Often when there is a scarcity of time, energy, resources, and space, people will end up either giving in or fighting to win. Neither approach is sustainable. A focus on winning and losing brings the energy of competition into a relationship, and we may end up feeling overwhelmed and exhausted from doing more than our share, or we might feel like a victim, hypervigilant and clenched, or slack and resigned, hurt and angry that we lose our voice and our ability to make things happen. Our daily lives go so fast. We often work outside the home, and the culture tells us our homes and relationships should be sources of peace, love, and support, not places of conflict and disagreement. When differences arise, decisions need to be made, and the work of sitting down and wrestling with opposing needs can seem daunting and hopeless. So I'll read more from this article in the next few weeks. I wanted to just introduce this notion that we notice rescue is present when we feel bad. When we feel bad transactionally, when we feel bad as we walk through our lives. And that bad feeling is the beginning of energy for change. Oftentimes it's some tinge of impatience or frustration, anger or hurt, and it lets us know that there's something that's off. The first move that we want to make is to just acknowledge and feel those feelings. Before we try and change anything or fix anything, being with ourselves is a powerful act. It's a powerful act of bringing our adult consciousness to bear on the situation. I'll talk more about the resolution and solutions to the rescue dynamic and how we jump in to fix things and how we can help ourselves stop that process and move out of that into negotiation in future videos. But I just wanted to introduce this idea at first and give you a sense of the bodily sensations and feelings that you could start to label and get to know as precursors of something that needs to change. Hope that helps.